Started here. It's 5:02. I'm starting late. Sorry. Okay, here we are. So welcome everybody. Susan Asadi here, Executive Director of the Global Chamber New York City, and welcome to our virtual meeting for July. Our growing chapter holds these monthly we hold in-person meetings every month, but we also do these online meetings for people who can't come to our monthly in-person, and we're doing these the second Monday of every month. So before we get started, I just would like, so it's easy for us to identify who are our actual paid members. And I think everybody on here is, I believe, but if you can please go to the three dots at the top right. And if you are a paid member, just put GC in front of your name, just as I have for my identity. So it's very easy. You just put GC dash your name. So what I'd like to do is for the people who were not able to come to our last in-person meeting, which was June 23rd, I had the honor of co-facilitating the Global Economic Outlook presentation at Wells Fargo, along with Charles Bernard, our advisory board chair, who's here with us today. And because of our members, Wells Fargo, we were able to hear a really interesting economist, and we had some good wine and good appetizers. So Wells Fargo economist gave a presentation on that time, the current timely insights, because as we all know, everything is changing as we speak. Tariffs are increasing again, a little bit different than June 23rd. But at that time, he discussed things such as GDP projections, how the Fed Reserve approaches interest rates, and he shared forecasts on manufacturing. So we have that PowerPoint presentation. So if for some reason you were not able to attend, send me an email, susan@globalchamber.org, and I will send you the PowerPoint. And now, if you are a member, which everyone is, looks like everybody's queued up here. It looks like we have all members pretty much. Alexandra, in theory, I know you don't have to do it. I see who you are. Alexandra, if you could just indicate whether you're a member or not. We would like for you as a member or a guest to come to our next in-person meeting, which is going to be July 24th at 5 p.m. at CBiz Advisors, which is in the Bryant Park area. I think everyone on here has been, but maybe, but anyway, it's at 5 Bryant Park. That information will be sent to you if you register. You have to register for all our meetings. Don't just send Charles or Stephanie or I an email. It's too disorganized. Please register on the Global Chamber website. The cool thing is next month, we are going to have presentations by Sadiha, who is with us today, Sadiha Mohammed from Ocean Air Logistics, and also Leon Pereira, who's with Yamada Consulting. These are two new members for our chapter. And we do that every month to allow everyone to learn about our members' work and what they seek to get out of the Global Chamber. In addition to that, we're going to have a special program led by somebody in Charles Bernard's company about how to maximize synergies with your connections on LinkedIn. And that will be led by his Calavia company, I believe. Is that correct, Charles?
Yeah, it'll be Elizabeth Frederick from Calavia.
Excellent. So if you want to learn more, we all know that we have connectivity with our friends that we're on LinkedIn, but he's going to teach you how to maximize those, or Elizabeth is going to teach you how to maximize those. Also in the fall, we will be hosting a meeting with 3 Spanish chapters, Madrid, Barcelona, Malaga, and we are developing that program as we speak. It is going to be sort of a part 2 of AI development around the world. We did a great program with London with our Cross Metro just last month, and we're going to pick up that theme with the Spanish chapters. And then we're also thinking of doing something like that with other global chapters, which Charles and I and Stephanie will be in touch with you about. So once again, please make sure to sign up for any meeting that I have mentioned on the website. So now, without further ado, I would like to introduce Melanie Fox. Melanie, many of you know her, but those who don't will know her after this presentation. She empowers executives and public figures to speak clear, confident English through accent reduction, interview, and presentation training. She also trains actors to master authentic English and Spanish dialects. She's also a paid public speaker who helps her audiences hack into language. She was recently named the Professor of Presentation Speaker Coach for Speaker U at the National Speakers Association, the New York chapter. Congratulations, Melanie. Through her brand Speech Fox, Melanie helps non-native English speakers articulate clear business English and empowers performers to master dialects. She's coached people for 20 plus years. She received her Master of Science from Georgetown, and she also has honed her craft in business presentation and executive leadership roles. So without further ado, Melanie, it's your show. Go for it. And we look forward to learning about avatars.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Susan. And thanks everybody for coming. I love this group. This is a great, happy family of folks from around the world and many connected via New York City. So thanks so much for joining. I'm super psyched. So the first thing we usually do in these Global Chamber meetings is to see who's in the room. So we're all going to go around and introduce ourselves. And what I'd like you to add today, it's going to be 30 seconds. Please mind the clock. If we can't hear you, I will stop you. So you don't have to ask if we can hear you. If we can't, I'll jump in. And also make sure that in this 30 seconds, you mention your ideal client profile. This is a tie-in to the activity we're going to do today. So even though you might say, hey, I consult to lots of different people, or I work with a lot of different clients, pick one type of client that you want to focus on and make sure you include that one type of client in your 30-second intro. So think about who you are, what you do, who you help. And the who you help is that ideal client profile. Just pick one and go with that because it's only 30 seconds. So I'm going to pick folks to go in the order I see them on this list. So first I see our co-host, Stephanie Imesser. Take it away.
Okay, so this was not a lot of time to think about my introduction. Thanks. Yeah, so I'm Stephanie. I'm here now helping at the global coordinator for the coordinator of the Global Chamber. I'm a marketing and sales professional and event planning enthusiast. And my ideal customers are, companies where I can lead some marketing activities and strategies, and also customers for events and venue offerers.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I'll go next on the list is Doug Wendt.
I would like to thank the Academy. No, my name is Doug Wendt. I'm the president of Wendt Partners. When I'm not in Binghamton, I'm in the city. We are a CRM company. We focus on implementing HubSpot software. In fact, we're implementing it for the Global Chamber as we speak to help tie together your sales and marketing processes. If you haven't heard of HubSpot, check it out. And I look forward to getting to know many of you. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you. And you gave the Academy back some time before the violins. Okay. Next, we've got Charles Bernard.
Hi, everybody. My name's Charles Bernard. I'm the CEO of two companies, Criteria for Success and Calavia, both in New York City. Criteria for Success and Calavia work together. The first one is a sales consultancy. The second is a software as a service platform. My ideal client, our ideal client, is a head of sales, a chief revenue officer, or a CEO that has an organization with very large sales teams, usually 100 plus. Thank you.
Excellent. All righty. Next in my view is Nicola.
Hi, everyone. Nicola here, AFS Professional Pathways. So we are Department of State designated J1 visa sponsors, and we work with U.S. companies across all sectors and across the U.S. on all the different sizes to help them host top foreign talent. So we issue all the federal documents to ensure eligibility and vetting of programming. But our optimal client would be someone who's looking to expand maybe beyond the United States, and we can definitely help with solutions and provide placements for them.
Excellent. Right before the violins. Well timed. Okay. Next up, someone who's no stranger to speaking, Stacy.
Hello, everybody. I am Stacy Mandeville, founder of the Mandeville Method, and I help business owners get their bottom line in order by training up those sad middle managers who never got any training and end up being toxic leaders. And an ideal client for me right now are HR people who are getting tons of complaints and fielding issues, and I want to help them solve those people problems.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Great profile. All right. Next on my list, is it AZ Frank?
Yeah.
Or oh no, it's Global Chamber Arizona. It's just Frank, isn't it?
Yeah, in the flesh. Well, expand on that. So my name is Frank Epitropoulos, and although I'm currently based out of Phoenix, Arizona, the last 2 weeks, I have been on a 16-month sabbatical around the world, traveling to 34 different countries and across 4.5 continents. And before that time, I'm a sales professional, but really my purpose today is I'm starting fresh, and I'm here to listen and learn.
Excellent. Thanks so much. These are very well timed.
Oh,
go ahead.
Last one too. Actually, hearing from Nicola offline after this, I might be able to talk with you.
Sounds like a great connection. Wonderful.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Next on my list going through is Bernadita.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bernadita Calinao, founder and CEO of Walkspan. So we created a technology platform for real estate, and we help real estate companies match their clients with their with neighborhoods, not properties. So my ideal clients are real estate companies.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next, I see Manabu.
Hello, everyone. Manabu Sasaki. I lead the corporate development at Itochu International, the North American headquarter of a Global 500 company, Itochu Corporation. What I do is M&A, strategic investment, and new business development. So ideal client, well, I shouldn't say it's a client, but I'm always looking for new deals, new investment opportunities. So good businesses that Itochu be interested in.
Perfect.
Among other things at Global Chambers.
Excellent. That was perfectly timed to 30. Okay, next I see Sadia. Or Sadia. Which one?
Sadia. Thank you. My name is Sadia Mohammed. I'm a licensed customs broker of the United States government and the president of Ocean Air Logistics. We've been in business for 30 years now. Our ideal clients are importers who import cargo into the United States and prospective clients who wants to learn about the rules and regulations for importing cargo. We specialize in food and pharmaceuticals, but we handle everything else. And with all the new tariffs that are coming on, and just not the new tariffs, there's a lot of new regulations for merchandise that's imported into the United States.
Also very well timed. Thank you. Next, I see Monica.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Varas. I'm the founder, CEO, and broker of Varas Insurance Brokerage. We specialize in commercial insurance products, and we deal a lot with importers. So that will be my ideal client. Importers, people that are coming from other countries and need help and rules, regulations, and insurance products in the United States.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, next on the list, I see Brett Humphrey.
Hello, everybody. Brett Humphrey here. I'm a fractional CFO. As you can see from my background, I've lived and worked in Japan for over 20 years. I'm now in the tri-state area. After 20 plus years of working in large corporations, largely multinational insurance companies such as AIG, I left about 6 months ago. So now my ideal client is a small to medium-sized company who's not yet ready to hire a CFO, looking for a fractional CFO.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, next is the Global Chambers nominee for Smiliest, Steve Nikakiros.
Hi, everybody. My name is Steve Nikakiros. I am a CPA with a firm called CBiz. We are a large firm, but deal with mid-sized companies. I've been involved with the Global Chamber about 6 or 7 months and really enjoying meeting everybody. And Melanie is amazing. I just recommended her to someone I just spoke to. Hopefully, it'll be a result in something good. But I work with mid-sized companies and the owners of those companies and really try to give them best-in-class service.
Okay, so since you might have a referral, I'm changing it from nominee for Smiliest to the award for Smiliest Global Chamber member, I think. If anyone objects, speak now. Okay, no one did. Thank you. Okay, excellent. Next, an old friend of mine, and by old, I mean I met her early on in my Global Chamber history, Ruby.
Thank you. I'm Ruby Golo from Ghana and founder and CEO of Global Trade Consult. I'm in the business of helping companies expand into Ghana. So my ideal client would be anyone with appetite for Africa, We cover any size and all sectors as well. So that's me. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks. Very timely. Okay, I see Alexandra.
Hi everyone, I'm Alexandra Royev. I'm with Jazz Forwarding. I am an international freight forwarder and I help companies in all aspects of supply chain. I was actually invited by Stephanie. So my services are anything that have to do with air, ocean, warehousing, customs brokerage, e-commerce, trucking, all of that. My ideal client would be someone, a supply chain manager who's looking for, to analyze their entire structure and supply chain.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Now I see somebody labeled Global Chamber Sydney, but I don't see a picture of you. Are you here and would you like to speak?
I think that's Nick, right, Doug? Is that, no?
It says Global Chamber Sydney. Okay.
Oh, I see it as well, but isn't that your colleague, Nick? Doug went? No?
Okay. Since that
Yeah.
person hasn't
I'm
unmuted.
sorry. No,
Yeah.
no, it's not. No.
Okay, okay.
No,
all right.
Okay,
I
I'm
have
gonna-
a colleague in Melbourne, but he's not joining us today.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
But thank you.
Global Chamber Sydney, if you're just here for listening, that's fine. But if you'd like to unmute at some point, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to temporarily ignore you. Okay, and then I will go because so it's going to just to give a warning, Caesar, in case you're somewhere where you're mobile. I'm going to ask you to go after me, and then we'll finish up with Susan. So I'm Melanie Fox. They call me Speech Fox because speech is my niche. And I help my clients speak clear and confident English through accent reduction. I also do dialect coaching for actors, and I do presentation and interview training. And I want to meet athletes and people related with sports teams. And what happens when athletes don't speak to the audience in English? They have fewer followers, less press, fewer endorsements. And in MMA, they don't even get the big fights because they can't carry a pay-per-view. So I'd love to meet people in sports. Speech Fox, accents speak louder than words. Okay. So Caesar, if you are in a spot where you can unmute, please do, Caesar.
I'm here. Thank you, Melanie. And my name is Cesar Trabanco from the Global Chamber. I'm pretty sure most of you really know me and have worked with me. We help companies and individuals connect around the world to create more business opportunities. The ideal client for us is really someone already doing business globally, internationally, or that's planning to do, and that's already traveling and exploring different parts of the world, not only a couple of countries. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Caesar. Way to jump in there. And Susan. Now, Susan does so much for the chamber that she's usually talking about that. But we're encouraging Susan to tell us what you do outside Global Chamber. So take it away, Susan.
Thank you. You mean like pay my rent? Okay. Susan Asadi. I'm the founder of GAPR. We're a boutique firm founded in the 90s. Over the decades, I've earned national recognition for getting people in the Wall Street Journal, the Times, Reuters, and CNBC. My focus is helping small and mid-sized companies gain credibility and visibility, normally reserved for Fortune 500 companies. So I'm looking for SMEs that have a big story. Right now, actually, I'm looking for celebrities. Somebody's been encouraging me to look for celebrities.
Hey, excellent. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And everybody, of course, we want to bring new members to the Global Chamber, but we also want to bring business to Susan. So don't forget about bringing her business that way too. And who doesn't love celebrities? So let's send some her way. Alrighty. So I think I got everyone. If I did not call on you and you're like, oh, that mean Melanie did not call my name, please unmute yourself and let me know because I clearly am not seeing you. I'm not purposely ignoring you. Anybody?
I think we didn't have Theory or
Oh, yes.
speak.
Yes.
Speak
Theory,
either.
are you available? I was looking at people with their camera on. Theory, are you there? Is it Thierry? I see you. Can you speak? I'm going to put the timer back on and I'll look for the folks who didn't have cameras. Thierry, I'm not hearing anything. Nope. Okay. You're giving us hand signals, so we're going to say Theory is a very wonderful member of Global Chamber for a long time, and I think he does things that relate to travel and goodies that are they branded or pieces, something that's artistic. Okay, he's giving me some a thumbs up. We met a long time ago, but I remember you. Okay, and you could put it in the chat too, if we can't hear you. I will look for the other folks that are camera shy and call on each of you. Let's see, camera shy.
Apong.
Okay, Upon.
Opong, how are you, Melanie? Yeah, so my name is Opong. I'm the founder and CEO of Nyansa Consulting. Happy to be here in Global Chamber, New York. Our ideal client profile at Nyansa Consulting is going to be small to medium-sized businesses who are looking to grow in their partnerships and business development. Would also love to partner with private equity or private credit firms who are investing in businesses and could benefit from our services. And that's all. So I'll give you some time back.
Oh, thank you, Apong. That was great and really clear. You have a great voice, by the way. I can't see you, but your voice is very smooth. Okay, so I'm looking to see, is there anyone else who is camera shy that did not show up on my other
What
view?
about Stephanie?
Stephanie went early. She was the first one.
Oh, sorry, I missed her.
Yeah.
That's okay. She was our guinea pig. She went first. She's brave.
I think you got everybody. I think you got to get to your program. Go for it.
Excellent. Alrighty. So I'm going to get right to it now. Okay, let me just reset. So today's activity is interactive. It's going to be fun and it's going to be strategic, and not just because I say so. It is called Craft and Communicate with Your Ideal Client Avatar, your ICA. So I'm going to put in the chat a worksheet that everybody can access. It's a PDF. Everyone should be able to type on it. If you're in a spot where you can't access the PDF, I can share my screen, but I don't want to share my screen if folks have it. So I'm going to pop it in there. If you can grab it, great. And if you're having trouble, let me know and I can always figure out a plan B for you. So this is, again, in the chat, just go ahead and download it. I crafted it just for this meeting. And I will share my screen in the beginning and then I'll unshare. So let me just walk you through the beginning of it. So this craft and communicate with your ideal client avatar. The times are loose times, so we're going to ignore the times for now. But this worksheet will help you reverse engineer your ideal client avatar. Now, what the heck is that? If you think about it, you have clients and those clients have profiles. Now, when I asked you to describe your ideal client profile, some of you mentioned many different types of clients, and that's fine. But for today, we're going to pick one. Now, when I asked some of you who is your ideal client, I'm going to be a little bit picky here. Some of you said basically someone who's in the market for my goods and services, right? So if you said, hey, I sell plant therapy, and I say, who's your ideal client? And you say, someone who wants plant therapy, that doesn't help me figure out their demographic. So now what I want everyone to do is think of one either popular client that you have, like a popular kind of client where the profile repeats, or you could think of a client that you'd like to have and what their demographics are. So what I want you to do first is just kind of clear your mind and think, who is a good client for me, right? What type of person is a good client? What do they have in common? So I could say for me, for example, my ideal client avatar, in this case, we're building an avatar, but my ideal client profile to make this avatar is an athlete who is not originally from the United States or other English-speaking country. So for example, an MMA fighter from Brazil that has a certain level of exposure or fame could be one ideal client profile for me, right? So I want you to just think high level of either the type of client that you feel repeats, right? That you get several, maybe, your most popular client has a certain maybe demographic, or maybe they have a certain type of job, or maybe they have a certain type of look. It's, if you're a trainer, maybe your clients have a certain look. So whatever it is that you think makes a client either someone that already is a good client or a new type of client that you'd like to target. And so what I'm just asking everyone for is to pick one. Maybe you have 10, but today the idea is to be narrow. So has everyone got an idea of who they want to target as this ideal client? I'm getting some thumbs up. You can use your hands or your virtual, but okay, I'm thinking everybody's good. Everyone has this idea. And now what we want to do is, now that we've picked one of them, we want to actually nail down what they look and seem like. And so let's go to the worksheet. Now, is anybody having trouble getting to the worksheet? Everybody's good. Okay. If you have trouble, put it in the chat and maybe Stephanie or Caesar will see that and make sure that they alert me to it. So I'd like you to open up that profile, that PDF, and type right in it that section 1 demographics. So I want you to pick what you think their age range might be. And again, it's not good in this case for this exercise to be like, oh, they can be anything. I just want you to say, what is the most likely thing that would make them a good client? So for me, if I'm doing a fighter, I think my age range might be 20 to 30, more or less. Yes, it could be to 40. So maybe I could do, I don't know, 20 to 35 is my target client. Yes, I can serve someone who's 40, but I think 20 to 35 or even 25 to 35 is probably the better age range for me, for this particular type of avatar. So gender for me, this is going to be male or female, but I think I'm going to target males for mine. My cultural background, the native language is going to be non-English, but in this case, I think I'm going to target Brazilian Portuguese speakers. Again, you might say English. There's, maybe it doesn't need to be a language thing. For me, the marital status doesn't really necessarily matter, but I'm going to say that this person is likely single. And for their location, I'm going to say for mine that they're based in Brazil. But again, for you, they could be anywhere, including the US. So let's take just a minute to fill out that section 1 demographics. And please raise your virtual hand if you are having trouble understanding what I'm trying to get at here, or if you are having trouble using the document.
Melanie, I have a question,
Yes.
if I may.
Yes, please.
Since looking at the profile, it's targeting individual clients. So in terms of corporate clients?
The decision maker. That's a great question.
Decision maker? Okay.
Yes, that is a great question. So let me take a step back. While you write, I'm going to give you, and Susan had asked me this before, and I gave her an example. So let me go back and give an example. So when you're selling to people, whether or not you're selling B2C or B2B, right? Somebody is making the decision. So first, when I used to work at a company called Mango Languages, we had several different target clients. We had clients that were decision makers in libraries, some that were decision makers in public schools, some that were decision makers in higher ed, and some in corporate. So in corporate, let's take that one, I would sell to people in human resources or learning and development. Sometimes they were the same person, sometimes they were 2 different people. So for the exercise, I could say, okay, I'm going to target in my mind the director of HR or the CHRO. So if I'm thinking of the CHRO, I'm going to write down how old I think a CHRO might be in general, just being as narrow as I can. I'm going to figure out what gender they likely have, what is their cultural background, maybe something about their family and their location. And I'm doing this just to build myself a profile. It does not mean that it's exclusive and another client outside the age range and gender won't also relate, but I'm trying to pick who I think is the most likely profile of this CHRO. What do they tend to look like? And so it's just an exercise. You can always go back and change it. You can always save as and make other versions. But if you're doing a B2B sale, think of the decision maker that you want to read your posts or emails. That's what I'll say. But that's a great question. Okay, I think that Sadia is not able to download the PDF. I can share it on the screen so you can see mine. Again, mine is just me targeting a UFC fighter, but you can maybe screenshot that, or I can, I could paste it into the chat also. So you can, there you go.
Doug also send it to several people via private email.
Got it. Yes, I was going to say, I don't know, Stephanie, if you want to, I don't want to take you away from it, but I can copy paste in each section. So with that, I feel like go with your first instinct, and again, be narrow. And the idea of this exercise, by the way, is because we want to learn how to communicate with this person. If you try to please everybody with one message, you'll probably please no one because you're going to aim for the middle. When you're on social media or LinkedIn or sending an email campaign, you would segment that campaign, right? So that you could do the best job you could with each segment. So let's say you're sending out an email campaign or doing a LinkedIn post and you're targeting this type of person. This is why we want to be narrow, because we want to try to think of this person when we're writing our message. Not to say that anybody outside this can't use our services, right? Like I can sell to 45-year-old females who are French and married and based in the US. But this message that I'm making, I'm trying to home in on who is this athlete. And in this case, I'm going to just go with this profile. So you guys can fill it in however you like. Okay, so is everybody good with section 1? This is just getting this big idea of one type of client. Now, the next piece is the career snapshot. Now I may have chosen, like as Manabu was thinking, maybe he was thinking of that job title first. So here's when I'm going to fill in. First, we did sort of their demographics. Now let's look at their career snapshot, and I will paste for folks who are having trouble with the PDF, the next piece into the chat. So this is section 2, the career snapshot. Actually, sorry, I'm going to redo that. And I'd love for everyone to fill out that portion. And I'm just going to edit and call it career snapshot. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill that in. And the last piece was their decision-making power, by the way, of this. And that would go back to Manabu's question. Like, if you're selling to a business, the business doesn't read the email, a person does. And who is that person and what is their role? Let's take just another minute or so to fill that one out. I kind of made them in short bursts, so you can kind of think of first who they are as a person, and then what is their career. If you sell B2B, you probably think of section 2 first. If you sell B2C, you probably think of section 1 first. I sell both ways, so to me, they're depending on who I'm selling to, I might start with section 2. Okay. Now, has everybody filled it out? I'm looking, everyone's looking up. Okay, good. All right, section 3 is my favorite. Now, based on section 1 and 2, I want you to name your avatar. This is the most fun part. Do you hear a name over and over again in your, in your CRM? Maybe do you see a name often? Do you notice when you type it in, you're like, oh my God, I sold to 5 people named Pierre, or, oh, I have a lot of Marias in my database, or, you know what, I meet a lot of people named Helen. Whatever it is, either give a name that you think speaks to you, or maybe a name you've seen, but you want to give your ideal client avatar a name. You can give them a first name and last name. You can give them just a first name. You can give them a nickname. All 3, the more the merrier. I'm gonna name my person. I don't know. I think my person's last name is definitely Silva, and I think the first name is going to be Schmo because I can't say that name well. I always wanted to. Okay, so everybody put in a name, and now the most fun part to me is let's try to use either AI or your creativity to make an actual face for this name. So to do that, you could do one of many things. You can go on Google Images and find a picture of someone that looks the part, or my preference, go to an AI and feed it all of this stuff that you just wrote, including your name. Now, if you're a ChatGPT user, feel free, but if you're not, I've grabbed the link for Gemini, which is Google's AI, and it makes images. So I'm going to pop that link in the chat. So I'm going to go to Gemini myself, and I'm going to copy paste all the things I wrote into the AI, which may take a minute, or you may be able to kind of summarize it yourself. So you can write like so I'll see what it does. I'm gonna share my
Melanie, right now we cannot see your screen. If
Yep.
this is your phone.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to it right now and share my screen there. Okay, so I'm gonna just wing it and say I am creating an ideal client avatar, or ICA, who is a Brazilian MMA fighter named João Silva. I spelled it wrong. Again, Silva. And he is 25 and works for the UFC. Please create an image of him. And let's see what it does. If this has trouble, you can try to go to ChatGPT, but I am creating my own client avatar and I'm putting a name to the profile and a face to the name. Oh no, it wasn't good at doing this. All right, I'm going to go to ChatGPT for mine, but you could pick a Google image. I've used Gemini before to make images, so it might be mad that I said Brazilian. So I'm going to say he is an MMA fighter. Let's see if it is better with this. I don't know. Last time I asked it for an image, it gave me one. It doesn't always like to do things based on race. So, oh, it's mad at me. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to stop my share for a second. I'm going to open up a GPT. I have had Gemini create images for me before, but today it is not willing. Sometimes they change their mind.
It's just jealous of Brazilians.
It is, I think. Thank you for, giving it an excuse. Now I'm going to do this. And let's see what it does in ChatGPT. So if you don't like AI, and I'm going to say, guess what he looks like. So it's asking me, should he guess what he looks like, please? Okay. So now my ChatGPT is going to make me a picture of this fighter that I have named. Now, if you don't like AI, you can go to Google Images and find a picture of somebody that looks the part to you, and we'll see what AI creates for me. Once I do this, I'm going to put this right into my client profile. But I think it's a lot of fun to put a face with a name. So what I encourage you to do is to share with the group what's going on if you get something that you like or that surprises you in a positive way. So let's see what it comes up for me. I don't know what it's doing. I purposely didn't try this profile in advance because I wanted to be surprised with the rest of you. But GPT is cooking something up because it's taken a while. So I'm going to stop my share, but I'll come back and I'll put that share in the chat. And you can upload, if you download that image from your AI, you can then upload it right into that PDF so you can keep it. So I'll just give everybody a few minutes to work on your avatar, and please shout it out if anybody either gets stuck or has a fun experience, and feel free to put your avatar in the chat with the avatar's name if you'd like to share it with the team or share it with the group. So I'll just let my GPT run. Oh, I will show you who my avatar is just so you can see. Here is my new client avatar. Thank you, ChatGPT. It even put him in the UFC with gloves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download just for the exercise. I'm going to download my image and I'm going to put it into here if it lets me. Come on, file. Downloads. There. So now when I make my marketing, I've got a name and a face that I could think about. So see if that works for you guys. And please feel free to share yours in the chat. Okay, Charles has shared his. We can click on Charles's image. Oh, Josh Stein. Oh, I love it. Charles, may I share your image with people on the screen? Okay, well, you shared it with us. I'm just going to take the liberty. This is a professional portrait in an urban setting. So this is Charles Bernard's. He looks like a member of Global Chamber. Are you sure we don't know this dude? This is great. So if anybody else would like to share, you could either share the link or the image. Just pop it right in the chat and let us know. I think it would be fun, but let's see. So I'm going to keep going and I'll with the activity just because I want to make sure we get to the next sections. But feel free again to share the name and image right in the chat. So again, if I do it the other way, I can say I'm going to have João Silva MMA fighter, and I'm going to put his image right in the chat. So if you guys want to copy by doing this, that's great. If you're like, hey, I'm still working on mine, that's fine too. But this is my client avatar, João Silva MMA fighter who has great abs. Thank you, ChatGPT. Maybe it can give me abs one day. Okay, so I haven't seen much activity in the chat, but I'm guessing you're all hard at work. So let's go to section 4. I will paste section 4 in the chat. Now this one is more about is more about what makes them tick. So I'm asking, based on this person that you've drawn, what are their likes and interests? Oh, what do they dislike and what do they avoid? What are their motivators for taking action? What are their fears or hesitation around growth or change? And what keeps them up at night? These are great things to know about your potential clients. Why? Because when you write emails and social posts, you should keep in mind, what do they like? What do they not like? What's their MO? What gets them going? What lights them up? So go ahead and fill out this section 4. And again, this is the what makes them tick section. So let's go ahead and fill that out. I'm going to pick up a little speed just because your gut reactions are great. This does not need to be very complicated. This should be fairly oversimplified just to get it started. So everybody start working on that, and I'll paste in the chat section 4. Ooh, George Sigornis.
George Sigornis.
George Sigornis. Yes. So he's a Greek guy, 25 sales, olive oil exports.
Yes.
No, I was like,
Correct.
expert. I'll drink some olive oil. And his company is based in Athens, Greece. That's fabulous. Look at that. Great avatar. Oh, Sadia, what we did is we downloaded the image and then we uploaded it we dragged it into the chat. So if you're copy pasting, it's probably not going to work. If you download the image and then you drag it into the chat, that should work.
Actually, copy paste works for me.
That's what I'm
it did work for
trying
you.
to
Okay.
do, and it's not working.
Oh no, I think Zoom is blocking you. But I would say maybe send us a link like Charles did. If you're in GPT,
Okay.
at the top right, it'll say to copy link to
Actually,
share.
I use Perplexity,
Oh,
not ChatGPT. Sorry.
if Perplexity has a share link, feel free to put it. Otherwise, we can maybe later have some screen shares if we have extra time, but no worries. I appreciate you trying. And if you can't, then don't worry. It sounds like
Thank
tech
you.
is trying to block you a little today, but
Thank you.
I appreciate you working around it.
No, thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say some likes and dislikes for mine, but I think I'll give just another minute and then we can move on to the next section. So I'm saying that my guy likes fitness, but doesn't like reading science fiction. Maybe they do, but I don't know. My guy doesn't look like a sci-fi guy. I think he's motivated by money because he's in a combat sport. He fears judgment because he's a non-native speaker. And what keeps him up at night probably has to do with speaking, and maybe he even has some social anxiety. So that's what I'm going with for my guy. What he has in abs, he does not have in confidence in speaking. Okay, so the next section is alignment with your offer. So this is where the rubber meets the road, I would say. We want now not just to have a fun picture of what your person looks like and even what they like and dislike, but now let's think about your offer, right? I have several different offers. Not all of my offers would work for this person. I offer dialect coaching. My MMA fighter is not going to care about doing a British dialect for a character, right? They only care about speaking clearly, but they don't care about some of my offerings. They probably couldn't care less that I make really nice PowerPoint decks, right? This is not going to be a person who cares about making formal pitches at the very moment, but they may very well care about press conferences. So I advise you guys to take some time to think about section number 5. And in section 5, really think critically about which of your offers work for this person and which aspects of your offer is going to be interesting to this person. How can you get it to resonate, and what objections might they have, and what matters to them when they're deciding whether or not to pick your service. So let's take about 3 minutes, maybe 5:47, 5:48, because we're gonna just have a little bit of time to do the last few sections. So, and actually, yeah, let's do that. And if you finish, you don't have to wait. I'll put the next section in the chat, which is modify your message. So we want to make sure that you may have a usual go-to generic message, and now we're going to have to figure out how to modify that message to align with section 5. So let's do section 5 and 6 sort of together. And once you're done with section 5, just move straight on to section 6, and I'll give you a few more minutes to do them both. If you have questions or if you have thoughts that you want to share with the room, go ahead and shout them out. Otherwise, I'll be a little bit more quiet so you can think.
Is it just
Sorry.
me, or can you
Sorry,
not hear
sorry.
me?
I apologize. I muted myself. Thanks for letting me know, Nicola and Stephanie. So I'm going to put section 7 in the chat. This is to craft a social post or outreach message. So you don't have to do the entire thing now. In the interest of time, what I'd like you to do is at least think about it. If it's hey, this is a quick Twitter post or Instagram post and you can write the caption, do it. If you're like, no, I write LinkedIn articles or I write really heartfelt emails, then you can just write some keywords and outline it. So the point now is to say, hey, you did section 5. Section 5 was what appeals to them, right? And what aspects of your offer resonate with them. Section 6 is, okay, you know what you typically say. How would you modify what you typically say for this audience? And now the question 7 is, do it. Go and do it. But yes, we only have a few minutes left. We have 5 minutes left until we give this the entire thing back, the reins back to Susan. So let's just say, craft either a short message for Twitter or Instagram, like a caption, or write a little bit of the email that you'd write to them, or a little bit of that video script. Something short. What would you do differently to reach this person? So let's go ahead and give it a couple of minutes. Let's write for about 3 minutes, and then I'll check in with 2 minutes to go. And again, make it different than your usual one. If you're like, well, this is what I always write, then something's not right then, because this is supposed to be targeted to this one audience. So I bet there's something you change. While you're writing, I'll share with you, I tend to talk about things from the standpoint of a corporate person or an actor. When I talk about actors, I talk about dialects. That's not relevant here. When I talk about corporate, I talk about types of phrases like diversity, equity, inclusion, or learning and development, or professional development, and talk about how, I don't know, they may be doing presentations and PowerPoints at town hall. This is not relevant to my athlete. So for the athlete, I'm going to use probably bolder words, maybe sports terms, talk about media, talk about followers and fans. I would not talk about fans with my corporate clients. And I would write much shorter messages. They are not going to have time for things. And these people are not checking their emails. These people are looking at Instagram. That's what I think about this particular audience, which is very different than my LinkedIn crowd. So I would need to write something very different for my athlete client. Okay, so now I'm going to slowly transition. Like I said, we'll leave about 2 minutes left. I'm going to slowly transition to, and sorry if did I put section 7 in the chat? I did. So section 8, this is where you reflect a day or two after you make this post. So that implies that you've sent the email or made the post. So I'm encouraging all of you, maybe after this meeting, maybe sometime this week, but now is better than any other time. Maybe after this meeting, if you have a minute, go and finish that post, send it out, get it ready. If you say, oh yeah, I'll do it next week, probably not going to happen. So see if you can motivate yourself to put out a post or an email or something today, or at least in the next 2 days. And then I'd love you to write yourself a reminder to come back a day or two after that post and come back and fill out how you did. Did the approach actually differ from how you'd marketed in the past? If it did not, then really ask yourself, did you really do this exercise in a way that's different than the typical? Did something surprise you? Did the message land? Was it harder to write? Definitely pick a date to post this, or do it now, or do it soon. And then, yeah, let's see if you get any feedback or any different response than usual. And then I have a favor to ask, actually 2 favors. One of them is, I want to do a good job in promoting this global chamber. And so if you had a good experience here, or you maybe had an okay experience, but still want to help, just kidding, you had a great experience, please go back to that LinkedIn post and tell folks what a great time you had. And if you want to tag me, I'd love it. Oh, it took away the, I thought I had this hyperlinked. I'm going to go get that hyperlink. It is not in the PDF the way I thought it was. It just took that hyperlink right out. So I'm going to get you the hyperlink to that LinkedIn post. And another thing that would be really helpful to me personally is there is a QR code at the end of that document. And there's also a link. Oh, hold on 1 second. There's also a link in there. So I'm going to paste the link in the chat to my Talkadot. Talkadot is a great place to get audience feedback. So if you can't see the QR code, go ahead and click this link. Then type in the code GCNYC for Global Chamber New York City. And then please give me feedback on how you like this exercise, what you thought of it, if there's any ideas you have for next time. If you, I don't know, if you know any clients that are MMA athletes, you can add that in there too, or other sports folks. But please do share with me. I'd love to, improve the way that I run these. I haven't run this activity ever before, but I thought it would be a fun one. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please share your feedback, and I will go grab the LinkedIn post and put that in the chat as well. So thank you everybody for participating. And if there's anything else you want to share, we have about a minute before we take it over to Susan. So anybody have a comment or question before we switch it back? No, okay. Save your comments for the chats. Thank you so much. And Susan, please take the reins.
Hey, so, like you said, Melanie, you gave them a lot of action items, but if they do want to set up a consult with you, they can do that as well?
Yes, and actually, if they fill out that Talkadot form, the QR code or the link in the chat that says talk.ac, you can just tell me that you want to meet for a consult, or I will put my my scheduling link in the chat too. So I will put 2 things in the chat, the LinkedIn post and my scheduler. So thanks for mentioning that.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you, Melanie. That was great. I didn't keep up with the whole thing, but I have the document and I'm going to work on it. I don't know, someone, just to share my thing a little bit, I always go after business clients, and I was going to say financial services, which is like boring, but that's what I need. But I've been like reintegrating my theater life into my work. And so somebody said, you really should be going after celebrities. So I want to go after Reese Witherspoon. That's who I want to go after. So just to share, and I have an avatar for her. Anyway, so thank you very much. That was fun. So if you're still a visitor and not a member yet, we just want to let you know that for our meetings, we let you come as our guest 2 times. And after that, we do encourage you to join. So hopefully, if this is your first meeting, some people I'm not familiar with. I guess, Frank is a member at AZ, but I saw Alexandra, who was invited by Stephanie. There are a couple of people on here I'm not familiar with. So if anyone here is not currently yet a member, which I don't think anyone on here still is, please reach out to me and we can discuss what it takes. So Upcoming are the meetings that I mentioned, July 24th at Stephen's office. That'll be 5 p.m. And then we have meetings coming up for this online venue. So Melanie's next online meeting will be August 11th. And then she will be doing another meeting similar to this on September 8th at 5 p.m. So we're gonna firm up the topic that she's going to do for August 11th, and we'll be sending that out. So meanwhile, I just want to give other people a chance to talk to each other, ask questions, not necessarily just of Melanie, but, I noticed that, Frank wanted to reach to Nicola. If any of you want to, reach out and make a comment. I don't have a lot of macro things to discuss right now. So anyone want to raise your hand and speak up and talk about a program you're doing or something you're doing with your business? I'm going to give you that chance to do that. You got 3 minutes. Nobody? Okay. Ruby, when can we do a program with your chapter? We need to get you involved with doing some activity. Why don't you come to New York and come to one of our in-person meetings at Stevens?
That would be lovely. I'll look into that, and happy to discuss maybe a suitable date for us to do maybe a cross-metro event.
Yeah, well, I think, Charles and I are focusing a lot on this AI topic.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
if you want to email me, maybe sometimes that you and I can chat offline, would love to do that. I'm not
Sure.
who this, please do, because I would love to try to reconnect. And I know one of the chapters we're trying to reconnect with, by the way, a lot of people have been big cheerleaders for Tal Zilberberg's Israel chapter. I think he's going to reactivate late fall. So we're going to try to get something going with that chapter.
Sure.
Okay. Did we want to we don't need to give Terry a chance again. Okay. Because you gave his speech. Sadia, we're going to see you on the 24th, right? For your presentation. And I hope you all will sign up for that one.
Yeah. And by the way, for my next one, if anybody has a request, either if you want to do something different and have an idea, or if you want to continue this, we can kind of continue where we left off and catch other people up. We can have a part 2 of this. But I still encourage you, please go ahead and try your marketing post, and that feedback could help me think about our next topic.
You know what, Stephanie, let's get Melanie the whole list of people who came, and then she can send out an email and do her own survey about what people are interested in. Do they want to do this again, or you can come up with another topic to suggest this again or another topic.
Perfect.
Okie dokie, top of the hour. Everybody, great to see you. We'll see you on July 24th. Don't miss Charles' company, Elizabeth, giving their presentation, teach you how to use your LinkedIn better, and Sadia, I am so sorry. Bad. Sadia, I'm going to have to work with Melanie to work on my.
I messed it up too, and then I fixed it. So Sadia, I know somebody else with a similar name. So thank you for tolerating us as we try out your
Great
syllables.
to see you. Have a good night. Thank you. That was
See you,
fun,
everyone.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.
Reese Witherspoon it is.
Hey, yeah, I know.
I'd love to help with
It's really
dialects.
funny. I was speaking to somebody. Actually, I should have told Stephen. It was this guy, Jed Victor, who's a friend of Stephen's, who I met with the other day. And I was telling him all about my theater stuff. He said, you really need to do more entertainment, because I do get it because of my performance stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting crossover. I mean, look, am I going to reach out to her? But what I want to do is I'm really eager to look for spokespeople for a project I'm thinking of.
Ooh,
yeah.
That could be a way. By the way, do you have IMDb?
I don't have, do you have to pay for it?
There's a free and then a paid. I don't know if there's a trial, but if you go to I know in the paid one, you could see their agent, their manager, those types of contacts, and you get their email address. So maybe do a free trial, see if they have a free trial of the paid one, because you could probably go in there and grab it. Otherwise, just give me a list. I have it. So if you're like, hey, give me 5 of them, I'll just go copy paste for you.
Okay. And I have one other question for you, since I don't know if we're being recorded, and I don't know who this Global Chamber Sydney person is.
It's a mystery.
I'm doing a play, and I don't know if David knows any. I know you're both Jewish, but Do you know any Middle Eastern actors? I'm looking for Palestinian actors in their 30s. Does David know any? I have a really, because I wrote a play about my husband and myself, and I'm looking for Palestinian actors in their mid-30s. So just throw that out there to David, see if he knows anybody.
That's interesting. Palestinian actors in their mid-30s.
I mean, it could be an Italian actor. I mean, I'm telling you, it could be an Italian actor, but I'm looking for somebody with swap. The character is Palestinian, but I need 2 of them. So if he has any ideas, let me know. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna ask him. No one's coming to mind that I've met through him, but hey, it doesn't hurt to ask.
You never know. I'm gonna send you the scenes that we're doing.
Yeah, and if you want, like, we could even post, like, we have a little message board, so he could even post it. So post what you're looking for, and then maybe he could like send it out because he's in like acting classes and they have little group chats.
All right,
so,
let me send that. Let me send that to you.
Okay, perfect.
This was really fun today. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Susan. Take care. Bye.